In this video, I'm going to show you how to add content to the body of your website. Alright, so we are continuing this series of videos of recreating a template. We added content to the top navigation bar right here. We've got a banner with a headline and a button, and now we need to add content to this area right here. So what we need to do now is add an image. So we're going to go to the plus sign. We're going to go to image, click the first one. We've got different images right here. That's it's got some different effects, but for this case, we're just going to select the simple one. We're going to right click and change image, and we're going to pick one of the images that's being used right now, which is the lemon box right there. Move over to the left and adjust the size. Now we're going to actually crop this image a little bit to make it look like on the template. In order to do that, just right click and hit edit, and the way you crop is just select the crop tool, and now you can crop and adjust the image however you want. Once it looks good the way you want it, just go hit apply, save, and it's going to change on the editor as well. Watch that change. Now you've got a successful message, and you can stretch it a bit more like that. There you have it, and it's that easy. Okay, the next thing we got to do is add a box element or the text element. We're going to go to the plus sign, text, and we're going to select, let's say probably, yeah, the large look better. Either one is fine. I think this one should be okay. Double click. We're going to type in our company has 10 professional, and then we're going to create another line, fresh fruit experts. Select the whole thing. Double click, select the whole thing. Let's go center. It's not picking up the bottom one. There you go. Okay, and we're going to adjust the grid to align with the image. Move it up a little bit. We're going to get rid of this. Now that's looking good. We're going to add another text box. So we're going to go to plus text, and this time we're going to select a medium size text because it's going to be for the body. Double click, select the whole thing. We're going to copy and paste a few words right here, so we don't have to type in some dummy text. There you have it. So this is just a sample so you can see exactly how it's done. Now obviously you're going to have to add your own content. So we're going to select the whole thing, and right now it's aligned to the left. You can make it center, or you can actually justify it, right? So we're going to use the justify alignment right here. So it looks like it's in a box. Okay. All right, and we're going to save that for a minute. And it's always a good idea to save sometimes, because a lot of times you forget to save and something happens, and then you lose all the changes that you have made. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is add another text right underneath the image. Sometimes that's used to describe what the image says. It's going to be a very small text. Again, double click, copy paste a couple times just so we have some content. We're gonna command A, and we're gonna make it actually very light gray and drop it right underneath this image. And we're gonna use the same alignment because I like it to make it, there you go, so it stretches all the way to its full width of the image right here. Okay, so that looks good. Now the next thing is we're gonna have to add a banner to a different section. So what I did is I clicked the footer and drag it around or down just a little bit, so it creates a little bit more room for us to work with. So we're going to go to plus banner, and then we're going to select the blue one, move over right underneath this section right here. We're going to move up just a bit. There you have it. So now we're going to right click and change the appearance, and we're going to create a new one, which is we're going to call middle section. Okay, we're going to confirm, and don't forget to select that. We're going to hit the engine icon and make sure to select the full width of the banner. Okay, so we don't want any color, delete that, and we're going to upload an image So let's pick the image that's being used for that section. And I had to upload that image, so I'm going to select it now. Let's go ahead and confirm. And there you have it. So the image is right here. If I want to adjust to make it a little bit smaller, I can adjust like that. And then now the next step is to add a text, and it's going to be the biggest text we have. So it's going to be text, and let's get the extra large. Okay, so we have the large text right here. We're going to select the whole thing, and all caps we're going to type in, let's see, we are awesome at our work, and let's make it all white as it is in the template we are rebuilding, and bold. And now awesome is written with a red color, so there you have it. And let's move it over to the side, and if you want to align with the image right above, we can just drag the guide, and now we can use it to align right there. And the at is actually where the line breaks. Okay, so the next thing we got to do is add more text. Before I do so, let me create a little bit more room to make it bigger, this section. And let's go ahead and add text. We're going to use a small, or actually medium. Double click so we can select this whole thing, copy and paste a couple of times. Command A to select it all, and then we're going to change to white. Okay, and we're going to move over to the right side of that H1 text. Okay, so now the next thing we got to do is add the elements right here, which are the elements that are animated with some numbers and percentages, right? So we're going to go to the plus and go to animated counters, and we're going to select the first one. As you can see, it works just as like the buttons, right? So we're going to configure this. So that's the counters. We're going to just sit this here for a minute, and what we're going to do also is we're add some text, because we need some text underneath the counters. So for that, we're going to select, let's go to plus text, and we're going to select this large text. Double click, and we're going to select, let's make it white first. And the first is going to be satisfied. Well, let me make it white again. All right, satisfied. And then a second line, clients. And let me adjust the grid, copy and paste. Now I can select the whole thing again and do completed. Second line, projects. Let's make sure that I spelled it right, so let's make it white. And copy and paste. We're going to do 3 sections, so let's select the whole thing and make it white. Satisfied rate. Okay, this one is going to be just a one-line deal. All right, so let's close this so we have room to work with. Now we can bring the guidelines so we can align it easier. Let's put it this way, and a line right here, and a line right here. Now, if I want to make this element centered on the page, what I can do is actually select the banner, and as you can see, there's a little the circle right here. That's always located right dead in the center of the page. So if I want to bring a guide and just set it right there, you see it's right there on top. Now I can bring the element, and this little feature right here, or the function, also works as the centerpiece of these elements. So that's my center, the center of the page, and then I can bring this over, and I can kind of, by the ruler right here, I can adjust to make it go to the right and to the left, and there you have it. Now let's go and work with the counters, right? So the first one, we're gonna right click, and let's go ahead and edit the text. The text is going to be, you have two options. One is percentage, the other one is numbers. The first one is going to be numbers, and it's going to be 136. Confirm. Let's move over to the side, and now let's adjust the appearance. And the appearance we're going to change by clicking the engine. Let's change the font, make it a little bit bolder. Let's see what we have. We can select the same one we've been using or just this one. Let's see, make it bold. There you go. I like that one. And if we want to make it a little bit bigger, we can do that by adjusting the size. Let's make it 70. Okay, so now you get to change a few things, like let's say let's get rid of the we don't want to see no borders, and delete background color all the way to the bottom. Now we're going to delete the color here, which is the background color, and the hover too, so now it's not changing color once it's hovered over. And the text we can change to whatever color we want. We can keep the green. I like this green actually. Let's try a different color, like a yellow. We've got an orangish, but I do like the green too. But let's go with the yellow for now, because it stands out pretty nicely. And the hover, it's going to be the same color, so it's not going to function as a hover. So there you have it. It's nicely done. I can just go ahead and stick right here on top of the satisfied. If I want to move things up a bit and bring it closer, then I can bring it like that. And the text I can adjust like this and bring everything up with it. Okay, now it's easier because I can just copy and paste this element. You see how it's animated? Now I'm gonna make it centered, and right click, appearance, actually sorry, text, and this one we are going to do 162 and confirm, and copy and paste. We're going to move this one over to this side. We're going to align with the text, right click, and let's do the text. And for this case we're going to do percentage, which is 100%. So 100% rate of satisfied customers. And if I want to preview, I just click the monitor, scroll down, and you'll see that that's the actual look of that section. Okay, so if I want to go ahead and save this, save, and sometimes I have to save in order to see the element in action. There you have it. So it's animated like that. Okay, let's go back and see if there's anything else we want to do for this section or for this video. I believe that's all. So yeah, there you have it. It's fairly simple to recreate. If I want to just to make it a bit slimmer, I can bring it down a little bit and move things over like so. Okay, the spaces, there you have it. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.